Are Raleigh home prices at their peak? Or should Raleigh now be considered one of those more expensive cities? We're going to tackle it all for you up next. Hi, this is Chris Morton, real estate broker with eXp Realty, and one of the big questions we get over and over from buyers is, are home prices in Raleigh, North Carolina going to continue going up and up and up, or are they about to crash in a big flaming pile of whatever? And while we can't predict with certainty what's going to happen, we can give you an idea about what we think is going to happen. But first, how did we get here? Well, number one, Raleigh has consistently been ranked number one, number two, or number three on most every best place to live list by every expert on the planet for the last number of years. And the general public has taken notice of that and is starting their move down to Raleigh, North Carolina. And second, after the events of 2020, a lot of people have been allowed to work from basically anywhere, and because they've looked at those lists that show Raleigh's being an awesome place, they're moving to Raleigh. And third, add to that, you're getting these big giant investment groups coming into the area, gobbling up homes, paying cash, and planning to use those homes as rental homes, so taking even more inventory off the market. Fourth, add in the announcement that Google, Apple, and who knows who else is coming here, and that's shining even a brighter light on the Raleigh Triangle area, again causing more people to want to come here. And on top of that, add in historically low interest rates, and you have an unprecedented demand for housing, which is all coming crashing down on us all at one time. On the other side of the coin, you've got local home sellers who are not willing to sell because they're afraid they'll have nowhere to live, that they've been priced out of the market, and that they are going to end up homeless if they sell their house, so they're holding off selling. And on top of that, all the builders in the area are not building the normal number of homes they typically build because material costs are still really high. And so you have a perfect storm of too much demand meets too little supply, which equals home prices going up higher and higher and higher. Just consider, in the last 6 months, home prices in the Raleigh area have gone up a whopping 10%. And over the last 12 months, they've gone up an astounding 18%. So that means a home that you would have bought for $400,000 a year ago is now up to about $472,000. And a home that sold for $600,000 a year ago is now selling for $708,000. A home that sold for $1 million a year ago is now selling for $1,180,000. Things have gotten so crazy that I recently had a cash buyer, yes, all cash, offer $475,000 on a $400,000 house. They offered a 3-week close, meaning the transaction would end in 3 weeks, and they gave a 2-week free rent back, meaning the sellers were able to stay in the home for an additional 2 weeks. On top of that, they gave $40,000 in due diligence. So $475,000, 3-week close, 2-week rent back, $40,000 due diligence, and they still lost out to another buyer. It's insane. Obviously, right now, people are saying the Raleigh housing market is way overpriced. But what if they're wrong? What if it isn't overpriced? People are always been under the assumption that because Raleigh has been a mid-sized city for so long in a state that typically has low home prices, that's always going to be that way. But what if Raleigh is becoming one of those most expensive cities that you see out there where home prices are $500, $1,000, $2,000 a square foot? What if we're turning into one of those cities? In other words, these prices could be a permanent thing. It's definitely something we need to consider. So the $1 million question is, and no pun intended, how long until these prices start going down? How long can home prices continue going up and up and up? The truth is, these are unprecedented times in the Raleigh real estate market and the national real estate market, and no one knows for certain what's going to happen or how long it could possibly last. And while other markets around the country are starting to see inventory creep up and home prices start leveling off, that's just not what we're seeing here in Raleigh. As you can see from this graph from Redfin, home inventories in the Raleigh area have dramatically decreased over the past year, while demand has gone to historic highs. The orange line is 2021, while the red line here is 2020. So you can see we have half the inventory in 2021 that we had in 2020. It's just crazy out there. Compare that to other major cities. Again, The orange line is 2021 and the red line is 2020. You can see their inventory is dramatically creeping up. Some have even exceeded inventory levels from 2019. So we predict here in the Raleigh area that things are going to start leveling off, that housing inventory is going to start creeping up a bit. It hopefully will start happening in the fall, but most likely it's going to be in 2022. And home prices will continue to go up, just at a more gradual rise. But then, as things start leveling off, we predict you're going to see locals who have been priced out of the market recently in the last couple years start getting back into the market, coupled with the people who've come in from out of town, decided to rent for a while just to see what the area is like, and possibly because they couldn't afford to be in the market. Those two groups are going to start coming in and start buying up houses, which will of course cause prices to go back up again. So what about your specific situation? Is now a good time to buy or sell? We've been telling people for the past year that if they can afford to buy a house, they need to go ahead and do it. They shouldn't wait for a crash to happen that's going to make homes become a deal, because it looks unlikely that a crash is going to happen anytime soon. Our advice, don't play the market and wait for the best time to buy a house, because that's probably never going to happen. If you sit on those sidelines and continue waiting and waiting and waiting, it's likely you could end up priced out of the market. We had people reach out to us about 6 months ago interested in buying a house. They decided to sit on the sidelines and wait it out, and now the house that they could have bought for $500,000 6 months ago is now worth $550,000 or more. Bottom line, buy a home when you're ready. Don't try to play the market. It almost never works out in your favor. And if you're thinking of selling your home, know that you are in the driver's seat. Many buyers are willing to buy your home and give you an opportunity to stay in that home for no cost or a low cost until you're able to find your future home, or until your future home's ready, which makes your move seamless and of course makes you not be homeless. We are happy to discuss all these strategies with you if you're thinking about selling your home, to make it so that your home sale is a successful one. So what has your experience been in the current housing market? Comment below and be sure to check out this amazing video we filmed a few weeks back. Don't forget to give us some love by mashing that like button and subscribe below. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.